Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to Grace Reporting. It's really nice to touch base with you guys again. I know it's been a few days, but I'm here and I am ready to report on the news and to keep you guys updated. I'm sure you always can hear what's going on through different outlets, but I still like to come and kick it with you guys. If you would like to support my network and my show and my platform, please go over to my YouTube page, which is Grace Reporting. And you can see the link in the bio on my Instagram. So that would be greatly appreciated. Anyone who decides to go there and support. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for joining me. Let's get on the yellow bus and let's go for a ride. So guys, as everyone has heard, if you haven't heard it, either your cable's been off or you're living under a rock. And even then, you should still hear some type of news, that the unfortunate news that DMX has passed away. Like I said, growing up, I loved DMX. I'm telling you, his music was something you could really vibe with, you could really bop with, something you can, you can connect with. You can understand the struggles that he went through. You can understand where he was coming from. You can understand why he was saying the things that he was saying, and just his whole lyrics, his whole delivery. You could understand everything that was going on with him. And it's very sad to know that he passed away, and it's very sad to know the reasons to why he passed away. There was different outlets and different people coming out that was giving out the news. Some saying he passed, some saying he didn't, some saying they was with him last month, some saying they was with him last week. I mean, everybody was just grabbing different stories, different articles just to try to get a headline. And I think that's kind of crappy, because until his people came out to tell us what was going on, I didn't think it was cool for everybody to go around speculating that he had passed when he was still on life support. And I know the percentage and the chance of coming back from life support is very, very dim, but we all know with God, anything is possible. And unfortunately, maybe it was just his time. Maybe his body was tired from all that he's been through, all that he's put his body through. As we know, DMX had a very long and hard battle with different drugs and different type of drug abuse. They said he used a lot of drugs, and he even went to rehab at one time to get help for drugs, because he felt like he had to fight something. There was something that needed to be fed. It's like somebody who have an eating disorder almost. They just keep expanding. And you may say, why don't you go on a diet? And the other person is like, I tried to go on a diet, but for some reason, the food is like a drug. People think it's just drug that can destroy you. Food, the very food that we need to keep us, can be the same food that even destroys us. There's different form of drugs to me. It's not just the high cocaine or the crack. I think smoking cigarette on a daily basis is a form of drugs, because it's laced with man-made chemicals. So if you're smoking 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes per day, you're on drugs. You need to call the drugs hotline. Matter of fact, right now, because that is a form of drugs. Because as we know, a long time of smoking cigarettes, you will eventually get, very, very sick. So on saying that, what I'm trying to say about DMX is he had a long life battle with different type of drugs. And where did this all stem from? What made him reach out to drugs? Didn't he have anyone in his family who could have been there for him? No. Didn't he have a mom who could have been there for him? No. Didn't he have relatives that could have been there for him? No. He had a grandmother, like I said before in my last video. If you go to Grace Reporting on my YouTube, you'll see that. He had a grandmother who was there for him, but then once she died, that was basically it. He was on his own. And I don't feel he was strong enough to carry on and to do everything by himself. I felt like he always needed some kind of therapy. He always needed like a crutch, somebody who's going to be there to kind of hold him up when he falls down. I feel that's the kind of state that he was in. So even if he got clean for 2-3 months, even a year, within the next year, it's like 9 times out of 10 likely that he would relapse, because mentally it hasn't clicked that drugs is always going to win. The drugs will always win. I'm telling you this. And DMX, as we know, he was one of the best. I put him up there with the Tupac. I put him up there with the Biggie Smalls. I put him up there with those type of guys, you know, like lyrically inclined. Like they can spit something and you can like, oh man, I felt that. That felt real. And that's the kind of rapper he was. And to me, he wasn't just a regular rapper. He spoke a lot about God, and he reverenced God a lot in a lot of his music. Every time he was interviewed, he spoke a lot about God. I felt there was like he was fighting good and evil almost, you know, like he was fighting, like it was a constant internal war with him, you know. And then when he couldn't find peace with what was going on with inside of him, that's where the drugs took place. And as we all see what drugs has done to a lot of our celebrities in the past, I don't need to name lists. You guys already know. Drugs has come along and wipe out like Katrina. Just did a number on a lot of celebrities, you know. So I just feel a way today to know that he didn't make it. I really thought that he was going to pull through, you know. He was in intensive care, and then he was on a life support, you know, and everything was just up in the air, you know. We wasn't sure what was going to happen with DMX. Like I said, a lot of people was reporting, and the reports were not correct. I wanted to make sure before I came out and said anything on my platform that it was accurate, you know, because I'm just starting out, child. I don't need no drama in my life, okay? So, yeah, as we know, DMX was born Earl Simmons, and he was born December 18th, 1970. So he literally just turned 50. He was about to be 51 this year, so he just turned 50 not too long ago. And it's just sad because I felt like he didn't live out half of his life. He did not. You know, even the good book, which is the Bible, I call it the good book, it tells us we are supposed to live at least into our 70s, you know. So he didn't even live out half of his life. And I'm just like, wow, you know, because of drugs and because of all this stuff that comes with fame, it kind of took him out, you know. And they said he grew up in a very abusive home. Like I said before in my last video, check it out. His mom wasn't there for him. He was in and out of foster homes, and he was in and out with the law, running in and out, getting arrested. So with a lifestyle like this, where you didn't have no family to support you, and now you hit it big. You know what I'm saying? So now you have all this money coming into you, and you already have a habit, because remember, he had a habit from he was 14. Yeah, from he was like 14 years old. So he had that habit. So now, remind you, he was on the street, you know, doing what he had to do to survive. Bouncing here to there, from hand to mouth. Now he came up. Now he's in the rap game. Now he's battling against the best of the best and winning. And once you start doing that, you already know what that comes with. It comes with a big payday. So now he's getting paid. Now he's getting paid, and now all it's easier access now to get all the money. It's easy access to get drugs. It's easy access to get all these things. You understand what I'm saying? So, of course, now it's going to be more easy for him to get high. You know what I'm saying? And he's around people who's probably not even telling him, yo, D, yo, chill. You know, you may want to chill with that one. You know, and nobody's there to tell him, don't do it, don't do that, don't do it. Nobody's there to tell him that. So when you have people around you who can't even tell you, yo, don't do that, that's not right, you're going to go deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. Deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. So we give our condolences to him. And he said a prayer that I really want to share with you guys. And it touched my heart. It really touched me because for a guy who's a hardcore rapper, who who's coming up, you're not expecting this from him. You're not expecting him to be, wow, he's lyrically inclined, and he's also for God. He's also standing for God. You can't go wrong with that. So just hear a little bit of what he's been through, and some of his prayers. Let's just listen.
Bear with me. First, I thank you for the life of everyone that's here with me. Then I thank you for the love you give me. Why? I don't know. I don't deserve it, and it hurts inside. Many a nights I cried and called your name out loud, but didn't call you when I was doing good, too proud. And still you gave me love. I wasn't used to that. Most of the people that gave me love ended up taking it back. That's something new to me. So I'm asking you for time to adjust. Let me make it there. I will be one you can trust. What I stand for, I put my life on. I do. I guess what I'm asking is, show me how to stand for you. And I will rap for you, sing for you, reach for you, preach for you, teach for you. I will love you like you love me, unconditionally. And I will always be prepared for whatever the mission will be. Give the nutrition to me, and I'll properly digest it.
That's deep.
When I give it back, I will show you word well invested.
That's deep.
And whenever I go, before I go, let me give. Thanks to you, Lord, for my birth, for every day that I've lived.
We're going to stop there. Now, how many people who's in the rap game, and just regular people, I'm not even talking about people who's on that scale, just how many people is coming out and preaching and talking about God like this and such a big platform? I don't see a lot of people doing that. So for that, big ups to that. With God and everything, you can't go wrong, So we don't know if God said, you know what, let me take him home and let me love him the way his mother never loved him. Let me love him the way his family never loved him. Let me love him the way his friends never loved him. Let me love him the way he needs to be loved. I sound like a poet. So I'm saying all that to say he never felt real love. And that's what we all want in this world, is love. At the end of the day, you just want somebody who's going to love you. Like for real. Like through thick and through thin, you could say, yo, this person loves me. They respect me. That's what he was looking for. And that's what the drugs, mentally, he thought that's what the drugs was giving him. But as we can hear in his prayer, he said he didn't feel like he was supposed to be loved because that was never given to him from birth. You understand? So the very mother that had him never even loved him.
You gave me love most of my life. I didn't know it was there.
You tried it. The very mother that loved him, that birthed him, didn't even love him. Guys, let's learn to be self-love of ourselves, and let's learn to love others as well. We wish DMX rest in peace. We wish him well on his journey to resting in peace. And we pray for his family. He has a lot of kids. They said, I think 17 kids. So on top of that, I think that's a whole different addiction, having so many kids. So with the drugs and with the kids, it's a lot going on here. So to end everything and to sum everything up, guys, let's just keep DMX in our prayers. And unfortunately, he's gone, but let's keep his kids in our prayers. And let's also keep the memory of him in our prayers, because at the end of the day, he's one of us. You understand? So let's not turn our backs on him, and let's continue to pray for his kids and everyone that's associated with him that's left behind. And we just want to thank everyone who took the time to listen to me and who took the time out to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate that very much. And we just ask that we come together as one. And if we can't, then let's just live nicely apart. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. Again, this is Grace reporting. And have a good day, and rest in peace, DMX. Thank you.